Hi there, this is Jimmy Barham. The purpose of this video is to sort of give you an introduction to AOM 108, which is the word processing course, or commonly referred to as Microsoft Word. Um, this first screen that you're seeing, you should have already navigated to because you're viewing this video. But the first screen that you see when you log into D2L and then you log into the course is sort of the home page for the course. When you click on course home here, this will always bring you back to this sort of landing page, this home page here. And on the home page, there's just a few news items that you'll see and some basic course information there. Um, there's nothing of great significance on this page, other than just some welcome information and some, like I said, some basic information about the course. Um, where sort of the meat and bones of the course is located is in the content area. So if you click on content, you'll see quite a lot of information, and your view will look a little different than mine, because I'm in as the instructor, but you should be able to get the overall gist of how this course will work. At the top you see, I'm sorry, on the left hand side here, there's a navigation menu that will open up various modules and submodules within the course. And the first thing that you want to take a look at is the Getting Started and the course syllabus documents. You can see the syllabus here, and I'm not going to open it and read it to you because you can do that on your own. As a matter of fact, I would even recommend perhaps printing this document and printing the summer 2014 due dates and weekly schedule. I would recommend printing that document because, and I'm going to go ahead and open this one up, because this one tells you, for the summer anyway, the date range and the activity that's associated with that date range. And then it tells you the grading procedures, the grading scale, office hours, and your first task for the course. So I'm going to go back over, I'm going to click Getting Started in Course Syllabus so I can go back to where we were just at. There's an introduction, discussion board, and then the pretest that you need to do. That's in that first task assignment. So you need to introduce yourself and then complete the pretest. When you complete the pretest, it's going to open up the first unit of this course so that you can get started on the actual content in the course. Helpful documents and SNAP information. For the summer, I'm providing an opportunity for you to sign up for free text message reminders. What happens is, I will send out a group text, and if you've opted into the free text message reminders, and you can see the information, the documents here and here, to get yourself enrolled in this opportunity, you'll receive reminders from me when important things are coming up in the course. For instance, I'll probably send out a reminder that says, "Hey, don't forget modules 1 and 2 are due tomorrow." Something along those lines. So I'm not going to send you information that's not pertinent to this course. I'm not going to sell your information or whatever to a third party. This is completely up to you. If you don't have a texting plan with your cell phone, you may not choose to sign up for the texting feature. There's an email feature that you can sign up for instead, and you can see that in the documents there. It outlines that. So read those and decide if you want to opt into that. And then there's just some other documents that you may want to take a look at, the DSCC honor code and some sort of help information through here. Getting started with SNAP is an important piece. In this course, we utilize SNAP 2013. If you used SNAP 2010 in the past, this is a different version of SNAP, so you'll have to have a SNAP 2013 code. I've provided the student manual for you here if you need information so far as actually getting into Snap for the first time, you can click on that link, and there are some tutorials there for you that will show you how to get into Snap for the first time. And then the Snap enrollment key. This is an important piece of information. When you go to the Snap website for the first time, you'll have um, your Snap code, but you'll also need the Snap enrollment key, and that's this right here. That your Snap code is unique to you as a student. Your enrollment key is unique to the class. So you put those two pieces of information in, and you're enrolled into the Snap course. So we're working basically here with two learning management systems for this class. One is D2L, which we're in right now, and the other one is Snap. In this course, we use Snap for two purposes. One, all of the tutorials for this course are located in Snap, and two, your midterm and your final are their skill exams that are in Snap. So we'll get to that in just a second. Then there's some help tutorials here. You can take a look at those. Some supplemental materials. If you want to take a look at these pieces of information, please feel free to. And then the first, where we first encounter the actual content of this course is Textbook Benchmark Series Microsoft Word 2013 Level 1. That's the name of your textbook, and you can see that information in the syllabus. But I'm going to click on Unit 1, and there are 2 units, and each unit has 4 modules. So there are a total of 8 modules for this course. So I'm going to click on Module 1, and all of the information that you need for Module 1 and every other subsequent module is listed here. So begin by looking at the Module 1 Begin Here document. I'm going to open this up, and it outlines everything that you need to do for this particular module. You're going to start off watching the Snap tutorials. If you have problems with Snap, you can call the DSCC Help Desk or the Snap Helpline, and I provided the information there for you to do that. They're very helpful, with any kind of Snap problems. Once you've completed the Snap tutorials, then you need to go ahead and complete the assignments for this module. This module primarily centers on Chapter 1 of your textbook, and so there's some documents that you'll need to complete as you work through Chapter 1, and all of the documents that I'm looking for to be put into the Chapter 1 Dropbox are here. These are the documents that I'm going to need for your Dropbox. They're each worth 11 points. So if you want to make if you want to earn all of your points for the Chapter 1 Dropbox assignment, you need to make sure that you've completed all of these assignments and you've put them in the Dropbox. I know it seems like a lot, but some of the assignments or a lot of the assignments you're not creating from scratch. There's a data file that I'll show you in just a second that you'll download onto your computer. And then when you're in your textbook, for instance, it may say, open up the interface apps document in your data file and do these things, save it, and then close it. And you're done with that one. Okay? So if that's what happens, then that's all you have to do for that one, and you're done, and you move on to the next one. Sometimes the documents are like that. Sometimes it says create a document from scratch. And so, and then name it, for instance, maybe resume styles. I don't know, but like I said, sometimes you'll start with the document that is already in the data file. Sometimes you'll create a document from scratch. Either way, you'll need all of these documents completed and attached to the Chapter 1 Dropbox before the Module 1 due date ends to receive all of your points. Then the next piece is a discussion board for Chapter 1, and then the Chapter 1 assessment or the quiz. And so let me go back out into Module 1. So we looked at the Module 1 Begin Here. It outlines everything. Here's a link to the Snap tutorials. So when I click this, I can see all of the tutorials for this chapter. All you have to do is click on the tutorial. It'll take you over to Snap. You log in watch the tutorial, and then come back here and then complete the next one, and so on and so forth. Snap also keeps a record of every tutorial that you view, and I use that for participation for this course. There's lots of information in here that you may, or that I would recommend you going ahead and taking a look at. I've included the PowerPoints, an overview, commands review, quick steps, a summary, concepts check, some practice assessments that are external to the textbook. But here is where you actually start getting into sort of the content that you actually submit for a grade. The data files, as I mentioned earlier, they're here. So all you have to do is click this link, download the data files to your computer, complete the assignments that you saw in the Module 1 Begin Here document, and then submit them to the Dropbox. And I included a link to the Chapter 1 Dropbox here. It's just like attaching a document to an email. Then the discussion board for Chapter 1, I provided a link for you here. And then the Chapter 1 quiz. Once you complete the Chapter 1 quiz, Module 2 will open up for you, and you'll be able to see what you have to do. And basically, it's all of the modules work very similar to this first one. You'll go through, you'll look to see what the Module 1 or the Module whatever Begin Here document says to do, then you go and do those things and you move on to the next one. And you just have to make sure that you're completing these modules before the due dates. And again, the due dates, if you ever want to see that, getting started in course syllabus, summer 2014 due dates and weekly schedule. That's where the due dates are. I'll also be keeping attendance for this course. Attendance, how I'm going to gauge your attendance in the online course is simply by you completing your assignments on time, because we're not meeting face to face. That's the only way that I really have to see if you're actually attending the course. Feel free to, let me go back over to the syllabus. Feel free to send me an email or give me a call. My contact information is here in the syllabus. My email, jbarm@dscc.edu, my phone number, fax, and my office is in Glover 232. It's on the Dyersburg campus. The email in D2L is a closed email system. You can only email me through my D2L email from your D2L email, and I can only email you from my D2L email to your D2L email. However, if you use the email my.dscc.edu, you can email me here, jbarm@dscc.edu, and I can respond to you rather quickly because my email comes to my cell phone, so I usually can respond a lot faster if you email me at this email address rather than the one in D2L. But I'll respond to you regardless of which method you prefer to email me. The last piece of information that I want to bring to your attention is the grades. If you click on grades, it will show you all of the grades for this course that you have earned. So keep an eye on that. Let me know if you see anything that doesn't look right. And I look forward to a great semester. Let me know if you have any questions.